Do you remember the first time we met Moon Young? Elegant, beautiful, but also cold, impulsive, and brutally honest to the point of cruelty. She doesn't seem to care about others' feelings. She breaks rules, acts out violently, and doesn't seem to feel guilt. At first glance, she might look like a typical crazy heroine. But if we look closer, there's more going on inside her mind. So, today we're going to talk about something fascinating yet often misunderstood: Antisocial Personality Disorder, also known as ASPD, as portrayed in the beautiful yet haunting Korean drama It's Okay to Not Be Okay. Let's start with a character who stands out not just for her sharp personality, but for her emotional complexity. Moon Young, the eccentric, best-selling children's book author. At first glance, she's cold, impulsive, and completely unfiltered. She doesn't seem to care about people's feelings, often crossing boundaries without hesitation. Some viewers even described her as ruthless or toxic. But here's the thing. Underneath that fierce exterior lies a psychological profile that echoes traits often seen in antisocial personality disorder. Let's break it down. According to the DSM-5, antisocial personality disorder is characterized by a persistent disregard for the rights and feelings of others, lack of empathy, impulsivity, and manipulative behavior. People with antisocial personality disorder often appear confident and charismatic on the surface. They may use charm as a weapon and emotions as a tool. But deep inside, they struggle with emptiness and difficulty forming genuine emotional connections. Does that sound familiar? That's Moon Young in the early episodes. She doesn't filter her words, she acts on impulse, and she doesn't seem to feel guilt when she hurts others. Her interactions are marked by control, especially when she meets Moon Gang-tae, the psychiatric nurse with a heart full of quiet pain. However, labeling her as simply antisocial would be far too shallow. K-dramas like It's Okay to Not Be Okay thrive on showing how trauma shapes behavior. Moon Young's childhood was marked by severe emotional neglect and psychological abuse. Her mother's controlling, violent nature and her father's silence left deep scars that taught her to suppress empathy as a form of survival. When a person grows up in constant fear, the brain rewires itself to prioritize survival over connection. Empathy becomes dangerous. Love feels like a trap. And trust? Something you avoid at all costs. So, what looks like antisocial behavior might actually be a trauma response, a defense mechanism against vulnerability. This is where Moon Gang-tae enters her life, a man who himself has built walls of emotional control. Together, they become each other's mirrors, reflecting both the pain and the possibility of healing. Gang-tae teaches Moon Young how to care, how to pause, how to see others as human again. While she, in turn, teaches him how to stop hiding behind duty and truly feel alive. Their love story isn't just romance. It's therapy in motion. It's a vivid reminder that healing doesn't always happen in a hospital or through medication. It happens when we are seen, heard, and accepted despite our flaws. It's okay to not be okay is more than a comforting phrase. It's a psychological statement. It says, you are not your diagnosis. It says, your disorder does not define your worth. The drama dismantles the stereotype that people with personality disorders are bad or dangerous. Instead, it shows them as wounded humans, carrying the weight of their past while slowly learning how to live differently. Moon Young isn't just a fictional character. She represents many people who grew up in emotional chaos and never learned how to love safely. Her story teaches us that behind every cold person, There's a heart that was once deeply wounded. So the next time you watch, it's okay to not be okay. Don't just see the darkness in her. See the strength it takes to fight it. Because sometimes healing isn't about changing who you are. It's about learning that it's okay to not be okay.